Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about doing your own bucket system and what I paid for it this year, early this year. And I have to say, first of all, that the prices have gone up, just like everything else. So what you're going to need to start, you're going to need some concrete blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 concrete blocks. And before they were a little over $1, now they're nearly $2. And I got that at Home Depot. Seems like Lowe's is always sold out. The buckets I got from Lowe's, I paid $4.98 a bucket and $2.28 for the lid. The 10-foot PVC pipe, I got that at Home Depot. The rest of the stuff I got at Home Depot, except the tote. The 27-gallon tote I got at Lowe's. They had a rush on them, or get rid of them quick sale, and they took them down to $12.98. I bought 3. It's good to have. Good to have them. I have one of my beets growing in one of the buckets. Then you'll need the 10-foot PVC pipe. That was $18 at Home Depot. And the 27-gallon tote that I mentioned. You'll need a 1/2-inch elbow. I bought a package of them, a 10-pack for $4.94. And the 2-inch elbow, you need 2 of these. One for the up end, for the bucket number 1. It's going to go like this, and your first bucket will drain into this. And on the receiving end, this bucket will go, or this 2-inch pipe will go back into the tote, the 27-gallon tote, where your master blend is all ready to rock. Then the other items that you'll need it was mentioned in making the bucket for the first time, and I'll put that link to it on making the bucket. But you'll need 3 packages of these. This is the 5-gallon paint strainer. You'll need the 3/4-inch rubber grommet, and that's it for the bucket. Then for after your master blend is all done, you have to get your master blend. And the other stuff you'll need is you'll need a 1/2-inch supply line. And I bought this, again, way early in the year. That make it January. I paid, for the 1/2-inch tubing, I paid 41 cents a foot. It's not 41 cents a foot anymore. I think it's doubled. Then the other one here is your 1/4-inch line. And the 1/4-inch line, I paid 29 cents a foot. That's not 29 cents a foot either. Then the other hose you'll need is your air line. And that was 25 cents a foot. I don't have to repeat that out, do I? It's not the same either. Then what you'll need is your air pump. The prices of these air pumps are all over the board. You can probably save it at another store other than the link below. Then the other thing you'll need is the supply pump for your master blend. And I got this one $20 for this pump. And I've seen them cheaper too. Matter of fact, I ordered it from the other place, and then I looked in another place, which will have a link below, was cheaper. But I ordered it from here already. And then you'll need the 1/2-inch to 1/4-inch to 1/2-inch T. And that's like right here. And your 1/2-inch line will go here, and your 1/4-inch line will go there. And you'll cut this to your length, and that goes into your 5-gallon bucket. And this continues on then to your next bucket, and you repeat, cut, and repeat. So there you go with that. What else do I have here for you? I think that's about it. I'm going to have to check. Oh, the air pump. You'll need a couple of air stones, and the stuff I had last year I'm using again. It's good for a bunch of years. The pump, take care of it when it's done, rinse it out, put it aside, and it's going to work fine for you on the next year. Now, the pump here is good for 10 buckets, but I wouldn't do 10 buckets because once you do your first feeding, you're going to empty your reservoir right away. That's 10 buckets. It's gonna, you know, 10 times 5 is 50 gallons. You've used it all up because some of it stays in the tank or in the bucket. And then at the end of the year, oh, I missed one thing. You need the perlite. I've always talked about the perlite as this giant bag. You're going to need all of it. It takes a lot of perlite to fill all these buckets, figuring each one of these can hold darn near 5 gallons, or the volume of 5 gallons. And then when you wet it down, it goes down a little bit. And you want to make sure that you get lids, because if you don't get the lid and just leave it open, the whole thing is going to get algae. And the reason for the lid, for me, even on the last year's system, that'll be in the link, they don't come with a lid. And I went to Uline and bought the lids from Uline and drilled a hole in them and kept the perlite nice and clean. Then at the end of the year, you took all that perlite off this root, because a tomato plant doesn't do the same thing like it does in the ground. It's a really fine fiber, and you just kind of wash it out, wash out the perlite, drain it, and you can use it again the next year. A lot of these things are usable over and over. Most of it is used over and over. This hose is going to get stiff. This 1/2 inch line is going to get stiff. I see that in using it for the second year. So when you're buying it, take a chance, buy extra in case something goes wrong with this. I wanted to replace it, and the price at this one had gone up from last year, and now that's gone up again. But anyway, that's about it. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, let me know, and then we'll go more into it later on. But this year, my second buckets, I must say that the second bucket system is going to have different things other than just the tomatoes and peppers. Last year was just tomatoes and peppers. This year is going to be tomatoes, peppers, pickle, zucchini, 5 buckets. I'll figure it out. I'll drop something in there, and it'll all be an experiment. We'll see how it goes. Just like everything I'm doing here is an experiment. I've never done beets before, but they're like that big now, and they got a way to go. So that might work out really well. My onions are looking good, the strawberries are looking good, and the bush beans are looking phenomenal. So if you found this information useful, give me a like, subscribe, because there's more coming. Thanks for watching. Bye.